Hey, hockey fans, welcome to Goal Line Hockey. As we're going to continue this season outlook series today, as we take a look at the New York Islanders. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Let's talk about the New York Islanders. All right, I didn't want to do this, but let's talk about the Islanders. This could be a long one. So, the New York Islanders. Start of the season, expectations were low, especially with the departure of John Tavares. They were likely to be hoping for good lottery balls. They didn't have to worry about that at all. New York Islanders came pretty close to winning the division, but the Caps were obviously the better team. They won the division. And then, not only did they make the playoffs, but they make the playoffs, they play the Pittsburgh Penguins and sweep the Pittsburgh Penguins in round one of the Stanley Cup playoffs in pretty dominant fashion, to say the least. I went to game two, and it was electric. I was so excited. And I was pretty nervous, to say the least, because it seemed like a lot of teams were splitting those, 1-1, heading to, the non-home ice team. But the Islanders held up pretty well. And, this team, really, I'm very proud of them as a New York Islander fan, obviously. The defense was amazing. They get swept by the Carolina Hurricanes in round two, so it was the reverse sweep, but Carolina got their own medicine getting swept by Boston in the conference finals, so whatever. Now, like I was saying, the defense was unbelievable. And really without that Carolina series toward the end, the Islanders really, they did a great job. And, from the worst defensive team in the league last season to the best defensive team, that's like almost unheard of. And it's just unbelievable the turnaround of this hockey team. Robin Leonard, his story, how he had issues with with medication and his mental health. Um, you know Jordan Eberle, getting booted out of Edmonton because he makes too much money and can't produce in the playoffs. Yeah, if Edmonton had Jordan Eberle right now. Ryan Spooner, not even anymore. They traded him too, but I mean Adam Pelech, a guy that was, Islanders fans wanted his head to roll last summer when Lamoriello came in, and now him and Pulock are the best Islanders pairing, and playing and shut down, the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby, and Jake Gensel. That is incredible, and Barry Trotz coming in after winning a Stanley Cup in Washington. It's just unbelievable how things have turned in a year, and how stable the Islanders seem to be right now. And the future looks bright with guys like Wahlstrom and Dobson coming up, Bellows, Koivula. It's just really Parker Witherspoon. You go down the list. There's tons of guys. And I'm really, really hopeful for the Islanders that things will get better. And, Brock Nelson's turnaround. We knew, in the beginning of the season, we were a little skeptical as Islander fans because we knew he could produce in the beginning of the season and the last week or two. But he always struggled from games probably 20 to 60 to do anything. And this season, he really proved that he can do something. Had a great playoffs overall. And he's probably going to get a pretty good paycheck this summer. And the Islanders are pushing pretty hard to re-sign him, according to Arthur Staple. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, the issues with this team. It's not the defense and it's not the goaltending. That leaves one thing, right? Process of elimination. It's the offense. And the Islanders, it's one of those things where you almost want to sacrifice maybe giving up a few more goals to score a little bit more. Maybe getting a guy that can, just a guy that scores. The Islanders don't really have that. I mean, Jordan Eberle to a degree. Um, I mean, I'm not even sure if he's going to come back to the Islanders. So they're going to have to, they might have to look elsewhere. Um, I mean, the rumors have been, the big free agent guys, like Artemi Panarin, Jeff Skinner, I think would be good fits for the Islanders. Matt Duchene up the middle. But I think those get erased if they keep Eberle and Nelson. Um, it was overall a pretty good season for Islanders fans. Disappointing. Now Carolina kind of understands how, you could have such a great season and just unexpected, but you get swept, it feels pretty awful, no matter how far you get. Um, it's disappointing, but maybe that's better than a double overtime Game 7 heartbreak. I don't know. Next year, I have the Islanders as a playoff bubble team. It really depends on this summer. I think it's just too early for the Islanders. I'd love to be confident and say they make the playoffs, but God forbid they lose Nelson, Everly, and Leonard, and don't get these big guys that they're hoping for. What do they do? It comes down to rookies. So definitely a little bit skeptical right now, but we'll see what happens. Mid-July, we'll have more of an idea of what the Islanders look like. So thank you for watching us here at Goal Line Hockey. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Thank you for staying tuned, and make sure to check out our other Season Outlook series as the playoffs continue to roll on, second round teams getting eliminated. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.